Welcome to New Toon Tuesday. Today, this is September 17th, 2019, and we'll be covering over part one, which is a broadsword radiation armor Stalker. So, this was an interesting build because Stalkers naturally get AoE defense in their hide. I don't think all of them do that, but this one in particular does. And uh, being broadsword, they actually get a power that gives melee defense. So I kind of worked around that to where I got the melee defense capped and the AoE defense capped. Then I just started working in range defense anywhere I could. So right now we got 51.3% melee. That's with parry on, only one stacked. Range cap defense at 45.8, and then AoE defense at 68. I got no AoE defense in any of these slots, so this is really high naturally. uh, we skipped out on slash because I was getting parry. So your lower levels, you're not gonna have a lot of attacks up all the time because these are kind of slow recharging attacks. But you'll get parry around level 18, so you're fine when you go down to posi level when you um, get exemplar down. So you'll be fine at lower levels as well. We got chance for resist debuff procs in all the powers that I could fit one in. So slice, which is a cone, pretty good against a big mob, so you get a good debuff off of them on that. We got a chance for build up and build up. He wanted placate, so I took placate. If this was my particular character, I wouldn't take placate, but he likes it, and I wanted it to include it. Parry's got the chance for recharge in it. Assassin Slash has the chance for hide in it. So we got all the necessary procs. We got steadfast protection there. We have gladiator's armor right there. And we fit in wherever we could range defense. So range defense here. I wanted to 6-slot this, but the chance for recharge, the chance for build up, is way more important than the extra range defense. So I kept it in, but we still get smash and lethal resistance, damage buff out of it. So all good. Particle shielding I 6-slotted for extra range defense as well. But at least this way, particle shielding is up all the time, even without hasten. So it works out. Head splitter, I did a lot of Frankenslotting, which is a term that you might hear every now and then, where you're kind of throwing in a bunch of different sets into it. So Frankenslot this, even this is technically Frankenslotting. We grabbed water spout in the epic pools because we have a lot of single target attacks and not a lot of cones. We have a pretty good cone, not enough AoEs. We have pretty good cone, and we have ground zero from the radiation armor, which both hit pretty good. But I felt like having an extra AoE power in there versus Moonbeam, the sniper that you can fire off right after Assassin Slash, wasn't as needed than to have an extra AoE power. And again, more chance for resist procs here. Why not? It's extra damage for you and your team. We got the Kismet proc here, not proc, Kismet IO here. I say this in every video. It's not 6% accuracy, 6% to hit. It's mislabeled in the title in mids and in game, but you can check it in game if you want. It is to hit. I've checked it myself. In mids, it's to hit. It even registers correctly in mids. It's just the title of the IO is accuracy for some reason. And then for alpha slot, we took agility core. I was looking at two different IOs in here, but I feel like the agility would be better than having one of the other ones. So we ended up taking You end up taking agility instead of resilient. Because resilient will give you damage resistance and absorb. It does do to hit buff effects, but it only affects the powers themselves, not the IOs that are in it. So it won't affect Kismet. You only get the absorb and the damage resistance out of it. It's not that big of a change. Resistance about 5%. And absorb I can't tell because it doesn't show. But we ended up going with more recharge and the extra additional defense. So we're above cap on all three. And worked out pretty well. I like it. It'll be very, very strong. You'll have good amount of cones, good amount of survivability. You've got plenty of defense. Your range defense is not capped, or it is capped, but very, very little bit. You got to be careful about those range attacks that come in and debuff you. You'll still be safe on melee because it's at 51% with only one stack. So if you hit just 2 times with it, you're gonna be like 69%? So you'd be fine on that. And then meltdown, of course. Trigger this whenever it's up. Extra damage. Don't resistance is nice. Recovery is not needed, but it'll cap your smashing lethal and toxic. So you'll be very good against those Hydra and anything else that does toxic. And that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm AlienMafia. I do build. I build other people's characters on stream on Monday nights, and I make these videos to post them hopefully by Tuesday. My schedule is not set in stone in any way, but thank you for watching. I've got a spreadsheet in the description in case you want to put your own builds on there, and then I'll pick a day when I'm not busy and I'll start making the builds for you. I'll make a video and maybe show you a little bit, but make it to the live streams. That way I can explain more in depth on the reasoning behind some of these slots. I try and do this to help teach and maybe get people more familiar with on how to build a character for end game, like efficiency. So it's not built to be perfect in any way for like if you want to do all damage and no survivability. I try and do a little bit of everything, get the maximum amount of effectiveness out of the slots. So come on by, and that's it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want.